Hey friends, so we are here. It's the final video in the series, unfortunately, but we're out in Crystal River at the moment because we've just finished our Manatee tour. So if you haven't checked out that video, down in the description, go and check it out. Not a massive amount of manatees, but we still had a good time regardless. We follow in on directly from that last one to this one because it's now travel day home. Travel day home is always a sad one. So we've got to go and get some food, get ourselves to Tampa. I think we've got like, what is it, like an hour and a half or so drive to Tampa, which is a bit of a long one. We're gonna fill up the car. Our flight is at 10 p.m. this evening. It is the absolute best flight that you can get, I think. You know, even if you've got to drive from Orlando to Tampa,
you still have more of a day.
You still, like, you could leave Orlando at like 6 p.m. So you could go like do a full water park day, do a full Disney Springs day or whatever. We're flying with Virgin Atlantic, which we always like to do. I did check in last night. I had a little bit of an issue. I'll probably repeat this halfway through. When I checked in, it said seats will be assigned at the gate. I couldn't book them or select them, which is really annoying. So we'll see what happens with that. We don't want to be separated on a 9 or 10 hour flight.
I don't think Virgin will do that.
Virgin are normally pretty good, right? Yeah. So, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, we're going to go get some food, fill up the car with fuel after the drive, maybe do a couple more things in the area because it's like 5 p.m. at the moment, and then head to the airport and head home, unfortunately. If you guys enjoy the video throughout, normal stuff applies. If you could hit the thumbs up, subscribe button, bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. But it is sadly a travel day home, which means this is the end of the series. But do follow along anyway. Let's go. All right, guys, we came along to Sonic Drive-In. This is a bit of a weird concept because we've got these little screens next to each parking spot and then like a small seating area there. So you can get out and you can order at the screen here, or you can order at the screen and eat in your car. I think actually I'm tempted to get out of the car and sit and order over there. What do you think?
You have to go around and park over there.
Yeah, that's fine, I think. But
yeah, we can.
Would you prefer that?
It's very hot though.
Yeah, but this is all shaded, right? So.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But you can order it at the screen. You press the red button, order at the screen.
Let's do that because then I can actually see the menu.
And then Mackie can see the menu. Yeah. All right. So.
It's not really made for two. It's more made for either one or two that know the menu very well.
Yeah, true. We don't know the menu, so this is like a bit of a tricky one. We're not going to be able to get round. Damn.
Do not enter.
Yeah, that's annoying. Right, well we've done it now, so we're
YOLOing.
We're YOLOing. So this doesn't actually have a inside at all.
You can go around there now. Yeah,
I think I can probably squeeze past, right? I might have to mount the curb a bit.
Wow, no mounting. You're very skillful.
Yeah, and then what we do is we come and park up over here, I think.
Yeah, here, because no longer, no further.
Right, and then we go and order over there. All right, so Becky had one of these milkshakes like 5 years ago, just pre-COVID. And I'm sure she said it was the best milkshake she's ever tried. And how does it taste now?
I stick by that.
You stick by it? Okay, right, cool. So what have we gone for? You've gone for like the chicken bites meal, haven't you? And there was...
I didn't, but I'm not perfect.
Ah, you didn't? No. There's like 20 chicken bites in there must be. Portion of fries. The fries are small. And her Sonic Blast strawberry milkshake thing. I've gone for a garlic butter bacon cheeseburger, my fries, and a Reese's Blast. And then we got a whole bunch of sauce. This groovy sauce is interesting. I probably have tried this before, but I didn't remember it. But the entire thing came to, I think it's £23. Yeah, $31. We did give them a bit of a tip, not a lot. It's a fast food place after all, but yeah, pretty good. Let's open this burger quickly. This is the inside of the garlic butter bacon cheeseburger. So you got obviously burger, cheese, bacon, onions, garlic butter in there. Looks amazing, smells amazing. What's the groovy sauce taste like?
Not really anything. It's not very strong. It's got a bit of tomatoey.
Okay, let's give it a try.
Maybe a bit spicy.
Well, it's a little bit tomato, isn't it? Very strange. I got ranch as well, and barbecue sauce. This is a nice meal. We like Sonic. We've only come here once, but I spoke about it loads, haven't I?
It's very fresh.
Yeah. And I like the concept. It's interesting. Why don't we have something like this in the UK? We don't mind going in most of the time. After COVID, though,
Yeah.
so many people use the drive-through, so this would be a great concept. So we were going to go to the Hard Rock Cafe in Tampa, which is not really even a cafe, is it? It's a whole resort thing.
Resort
Casino.
complex.
Hard Rock's getting into casino business. They have been for a few years now, and it is massive, isn't it? Like we rocked up thinking we were going to get like little Hard Rock Cafe in a car park or something, and it was just something else entirely. Like 3 towers, a multi-story car park for 500 or 600 cars in there. You know, massive casino, bunch of restaurants, and then the cafe was just a little thing in there. We did that a year ago or so. But we won't get there until like 7:10. So we'd only have like 20 minutes inside before we need to go to the airport. So we're going to leave that. We're just going to go straight to the airport, guys. We've got to drive. It's going to take 1 hour and 28 minutes. It says with current traffic, 84 miles. The car's got 180 miles left of fuel. So I'm probably going to need to put about $25, $30 in the car, aren't we? So the whole thing would have cost us about $30 for like 4 days, and that's driving all the way out here as well. Which ain't too bad, really, when you think about it. But yeah, so onwards to Tampa Airport, and we'll take you through that when we get there. All right, so we're about 15 miles away from Tampa International Airport. At the moment, we've just redone all the suitcases, made sure that everything's fully packed. I think both of our suitcases are overweight. This one's in particular because she bought the big Reese's peanut butter cup all for herself. And 2 bars of chocolate and everything. You know, it's just mad. No, it's my fault, actually. I bought a lot of chocolate and a lot of souvenirs. But we're at Wawa. If you've watched the Orlando Travel Day from Philadelphia, basically you'll know that like we had a bit of an incident where like we pay at pump and it authorizes $100, which is fine normally, but we've had so many deposits because we've been doing a couple of car hires, a few hotels, things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go inside, pre-authorize, like $30 or something? $35 maybe? And then fill up that way. So you pre-authorize inside and say to them, right, I want to put in $35 of fuel into the car. Up to. And it will like stop at 35 if you don't fill the tank before that. I think we're going to fill the tank before that. Maybe I'll do 40 just as a... It's only going to be $5. They refund me then. But it's better than like an authorization of $100 on your card.
Because it can take quite a long time to come back.
Yeah, it takes like 5 days to come back. And I don't mind. Like normally, I'm okay. But when I've had that like 4 or 5 times this holiday, it just gets a bit tight. And I'm like running out of spare space on my card to be able to just like be okay with that, you know? All right, guys, so we are nearly at the airport. We've done this route a few times, so I don't need to explain everything to you. If you've watched any of our previous travel day back to Tampa International Airport, you kind of know the process. We came in a little bit of a different way this time because we came from up Crystal River Way. So we came in from the north as opposed to coming in from the east. We did just have a really, well, it looked like it was going to be a really bad accident on the motorway, not us. Two other drivers had it. There were, how many, like, there were like 2 or 3 fire engines. Yeah, it was like all sorts of stuff there. And then it was just basically like something that would close one lane in the UK.
But someone's airbag did go off and it didn't look like that.
Yeah. So we filled up the car, obviously at the Wow there, and now we're just pulling off the dual carriageway, the highway, into Tampa International Airport way. And now we've got to go and drop the car off. We are with budget this time, aren't we? I think. Unfortunately, yeah, they weren't very good at all last time when we collected it. But here we are, Tampa International Airport. We'll get to the traffic lights, we'll turn right, we'll go up the ramp, and then we'll drop the car like we did last time. We just got to follow rental cars. So because we are with budget, we've got to go all the way up to the 3rd floor this time. I think last time we came, we were on the 1st floor, so it's a bit different. Proper squiggle jiggle all the way up here, right? Then, hard to see when you're wearing sunglasses and you go indoors.
It looks stormy outside.
It does look stormy, yeah. So we've got to go all the way down to the end here, I think it is. Oh no, to the right. And I've got to explain to him why the door handle is missing. Not my fault. Sorted. That was a pretty easy process, actually. We just had to have them come over, check the mileage, check the fuel, even though he didn't actually really check the fuel. I explained to him that the battery was low in the key, and I had to take the cap off the side of the door, etc., because I had to manually unlock it. Budget, guys. I said it before about Avis. Avis were rubbish. Budget, same thing, just as bad. So I wouldn't rent with either of them if I were you. It's not the one. Tampa, we need to go up. Elevators to terminal or escalator here. I think we're just going to take the elevator up. And then we've got to get the shuttle over to the main terminal building. So it's actually fairly similar to Orlando, to be honest, isn't it? All right, so now we're up to level 4. We've got to go all the way to the end and get the shuttle, like I said, over to the main terminal building. Just takes a few minutes to go over there. And then we've got to go over the bridge down into the main terminal, see the big flamingo. I mean, we could go in here. This one doesn't say exit only, though. So we could just sneak in here. You shouldn't do that, guys, but like, saves us walking all the way around.
We are approaching the economy parking station. The doors will be open.
Look at that.
This train is bound for the main terminal station.
We've got to go down to level 2 now, and that is the ticketing and bag check floor. And then I think we've got to come back up, haven't we, after that, and go up to level 3 for all gates. The Tampa's very much like that. It's confusing. It's weird. But it's an easy airport to navigate when you know it. So we're flying with Virgin Atlantic this time, so we've got to go, I think, all the way down to the end, and then I think we turn right at the very end. Whereas previously we're flying with American last month, so we were a bit further up this end. Yeah, it says on the sign, Virgin Atlantic to the right-hand side here. Bags are dropped. Bags are dropped. So we've got assigned seats, 59 H&K it was. So we are right towards the back of the plane, which is unfortunate, but...
It's not too bad. We're not in a rush when we get home.
We're not. No, we're really not. We just want to see our guy.
Yeah.
We just want to see our little guy, our baby guy. Our baby guy. Yeah, so you've got to come upstairs at Tampa Airport, go all the way up the escalator. We'll see the flamingo in a minute. I'll show you the flamingo. He's cool. To be fair, I actually think to a degree, this is controversial, hot take, I think the flamingo is slightly cooler than Orlando International Airport.
Carpets?
I like the carpets, of course, but...
The carpets cooler than the student traveller van?
Oh, I don't see the Sleeping Traveller enough though. But I do see the flamingo. It's just behind us. I think we had to go F, so we're over this way. Just there. So just over here, we've got a, yeah, we've got to get like the shuttle between gates. But let's go and see the flamingo quickly. There he is. Last time we came here, we went and got some food from Wendy's. It's still a Sunday, so Chick-fil-A is closed. You haven't really got too many food items. There's a Hard Rock Cafe sort of down here, and there's a few items just after bag check, after security, sorry. But there really isn't too much this way. Right, we gotta scan our boarding pass. Go ahead, Miss Rebecca. Proceed. Ooh, brand new shuttle cars to upgrade the traveller experience. Let's go all the way down the end, shall we? Do you have real ID? No.
Hi, this is Mayor Jane Gadsden.
Jane.
Great city of Tampa. I wish you safe and happy travels.
Jane, buddy. I know you all now. It's dark, guys. This is a late flight. It's a late flight, 10 p.m. flight. Becky, she flagging? She flagging? So here we've got the Airbus A330-900. I think that's a Neo. Eliza Doolittle. I don't think we've ever flown on her before, so this will be a very interesting flight. I'm really excited to see what kind of age this plane is. I've never heard of her, never seen her before, so this will be good. This will be really good. I think it's going to be a fairly full flight because they were saying that downstairs. I really do think this is the best flight possible, though. It's a 10 p.m. flight out of Tampa, so you've got to drive an hour and a half to get here, but that still means you get like a full park day or a full day to do whatever you want on holiday, which is great. So we're just waiting to board. I think we're probably in like group 5 or group 7 or group 9, whatever the highest group is, because we didn't check in until late. Everybody's queuing up already. We've got our own seats together right at the back of the plane, which is nice. The only problem with that is storage space. Might be a bit tricky.
If they want to check mine, it's fine. I always give mine up for check.
You do?
I've got nothing in it, it's just an extra case for me.
Spare change clothes.
Everything I need, I can't be asked to be getting up or getting you to get up to get. So I just put it all in my hand luggage in my under the seat bag. So I literally don't need anything from up there.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's true.
That's what I was just doing now whilst you were in the way, sorting everything out.
I've got like my MacBook, my iPad.
Yeah,
I have
need
not
yours.
touched my iPad once. How annoying is that?
Which is why I didn't bring my iPad this time, because I didn't touch mine once last time.
I always do that. I'm like, yeah, I do it, and then I end up like procrastinating on the plane. Do you know what I mean? So. I think we're on the other side, right?
Hello, welcome.
All right, we're going. 59, 58, 59. Ooh, economy delight. Look at that. Free upgrade. We're on a Neo here. All right, so we're seated. It's a 242 layout. We're on a new Neo plane. It is a Neo plane. Beautiful screen, tilts a little bit, really large as well. All the controls are up here. Nothing's on the ceiling, no buttons or anything on the ceiling, which is cool. Little tray table pops out like normal. We're seated in economy delight as well, so we've got a little bit of extra leg room supposedly.
And we're not on the back like we thought we were going to be.
Yeah, we're not at the back. We've got the safety on board and a little convenience bag there. We've got a plug socket down here with a USB-A port, and there's a USB-A and a headphone here. No Vera again. So have they stopped doing Vera now?
It does make sense.
It does.
It was a bit of a waste of.
I think so, yeah. So you can turn on your reading light from here. Oh, that came on very slowly.
Very brightly.
Off slow. On slow.
Wow, this is riveting content.
Off slow. But yeah, it's quite nice. I do feel like we've got more legroom. And we're seated just behind the wing, which is good.
So we can see if any fires start.
So it pays to not have checked in this time.
Yeah.
This time?
This one time.
On our last
But
one,
we
it
could have ended up in 2 middles.
on our last one it didn't. On the American Airlines.
Although if we'd have known it was going to be a 242, I wouldn't have been so worried, because you can't really go wrong with a 242.
No, that's true. No. In our seat, like normal, we had the pillow with the scratchy material. We had a blanket, and you do get a pair of headphones as well that are in the small change big difference pouch, so we can listen to our films, music and TV on the screen. So we've got the normal Virgin Atlantic goods now. We've got the Smokehouse Barbecue Crunchy Corn Nibbles. Still not sure on these. Got myself some apple juice, iPad at the ready, and I'm watching The Long Way Home. This is on Apple TV Plus. It's Ewan McGregor, Charlie Boorman, and they basically travel around the world on motorbikes. Highly recommend this series if you get a chance. So we're going to eat these, and then dinner should be around shortly. I think it's chicken and rice or pen pasta with tomato. So we've got the meal service now, and it's actually happening very late. It's happening at midnight. There was a lot of turbulence coming out of Tampa, so it was just... We're doing that the whole time. A few people were getting some sleep. But we got the meal, and it's chili chicken with rice. We got a salad, we got a dessert, roll, cheese and crackers. I'll show you that. Okay, so yeah, chili chicken with rice. We got the salad, we got the roll, and we got the dessert. Now this is a red velvet trifle, it says. So let's open that. Quite interesting. It looks like very foamy. Chicken looks interesting. I'll give it a try, but it does look really quite dry. The other option was the vegetarian pasta. I generally don't eat the salads on here anyway, so it doesn't mean anything to me. That was quite an interesting meal. It was nice. It had really good flavours, had big chunks of chicken in there, but it was just really quite dry. There was no sauce at all, so what I normally like to do is use the bread to scoop up the sauce, but I couldn't do any of that. The red velvet trifle there was really nice though, very soft, sponge on the bottom, like a cream cheese red velvet flavour on the top. Beautiful. But yeah, that meal, it's a shame because the flavours were so good. Just need a little bit of sauce to it to really give it that extra oomph. So we just had breakfast come around, and we got a sausage, egg and cheese muffin, which looks really quite nice actually. We've also got a strawberry and banana yogurt, and we got a small pot of fruit there, mainly melon, This looks really good. It's coming around about an hour and a half or so before landing. It's a nice welcome surprise. I prefer this over the afternoon tea. Obviously, we landed in the morning. We've got an overnight flight from the US, as it normally is. So having a proper breakfast that isn't just the afternoon tea. I believe we did have a bacon sandwich on a flight once. But this looks nice, it's more filling, and we got a cup of tea there as well. That looks really quite nice. So the breakfast, whilst it wasn't a lot, what it did was very good. The sausage, egg and cheese muffin was basically a McMuffin, which was really nice, really tasty. Crumbly, it went everywhere, but hey, it's what it is. Yogurt was lovely. The fruit part I didn't eat, but it's melon, little bits of melon in there, and a cup of tea. Just a really nice way to end the flight. It's been a relatively easy flight in general, actually. We've got a lot of sleep, lots of children on board, so lots of screaming, lots of running around, but once we're settled, we're through that anyway, and that's going to happen on these overnight flights from Orlando, from Tampa. It's just the nature of the destination. We have landed at London Heathrow. It wasn't really that bad, actually. Quite a simple landing, quite easy, clean. Had some fantastic views coming over the capital as we came in. So we saw the likes of the O2, we saw Buckingham Palace, the Shard, the Gherkin, all of that stuff. It was really, really cool to see.
Good morning, welcome to
Everybody's
Heathrow for those customers
stood up, so we're not all the way at the back, but we're sort of like fairly far at the back, so it might take a little while to get off, but hopefully we should be fairly quick. Terminal 3 though, you know what we say about Terminal 3, it's not the best one, so we'll see how long this takes to get to passport control. I'm not sure what's happened, but I think we've come in on a different runway. We've definitely gone to a different gate because we haven't had to do the normal, it's a long trip still, but we haven't had to go through those normal gates like we normally do. And it's not as long as it normally is, right? It doesn't feel as long. So I think we've come in on a different gate to what we normally do, which I'm happy for, don't get me wrong, because we absolutely detest coming in here.
Maybe it's easier for the connections because there's loads of people with connections on our flight.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Becky just said maybe it's about connections, so yeah.
Can't they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you, I'm just repeating. Because you're like, oh, I'm so tired, I slept the entire flight.
I didn't, I rested my eyes. I hardly slept because there was a baby like that.
Honestly, there was a small child and she screamed. It was like, what, 4 a.m. US time, wasn't it? She was
pretty much very regularly. I'd say once an hour.
Really?
A bit of a screaming fit.
Oh, I can sleep quite heavy on flights, so I didn't hear all of that. But yeah, crikey. And the parents did absolutely zilch.
There was no...
Be quiet.
Yeah, be quiet.
Calm
or
down.
even just soothing. Yeah,
No, the dad, I saw him get up, he literally just stared at her. He was like... Didn't say a word. But yeah, this was much easier coming in on this gate. That was quick. We're at passport control now, so I've got to put this away. We're waiting on the bags now. Shouldn't be too long. One thing I will say about, the UK airports is they give you these trolleys for free. In Orlando, it's $7, which is just mad. And then you got to go up all these escalators and everything. At least here, it's free. We can take it all the way to the car park, and we'll leave it in the car park, and somebody will come and collect it later. It's pretty good.
Oh, actually, quite a bargain.
Is it quite a bargain though?
49.
That ain't bad actually. That is
No.
pretty good. It's normally like 57, 58 from here. We got the bags really quickly. We just got to make our way through Heathrow now. If you've seen any of our other travel days from T3, you know the process. We've got to go over to the short stay car park, which means we've got to take the
Up, and then
elevator
back
up.
down, and then up, and then back down.
Exactly. Trying to push a trolley with one hand whilst Becky orders the Uber. Yeah, so we got to go up to level 1, take the bridge across, then get up to level 3 in the car park. It's a fact. But actually, this is dead.
Yeah, this
Normally
is
it's
not too
heaving
bad.
here. Normally it's absolutely heaving.
I don't think that one's working, is it?
Don't know. Let's wait for another one. We are home. We are home. It's a few days after, actually. We have so much to do, don't we, when we get back? We've got to go and collect Ralph. He's sitting just here. So if he gets up in the middle of it,
Then you were lucky.
you know what
to
it
see
is.
his face.
Yeah, what a trip, though. What a trip. That was cool.
It was good, yeah. I like doing the ones where we see something different, where we go to different places. Like for this time, we explored pretty much the whole state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was what was we missed out on the other city, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yeah, we didn't get to do Pittsburgh. We did
Because that was just like a little bit too far out of the way.
we did Philadelphia, Gettysburg. We did Hershey as well. Hershey Park.
Yeah.
And Hershey Chocolate World as well was.
I think I preferred Hershey Chocolate World to Hershey Park.
You're not a big roller coaster fan, though, are you?
I'm not. It was very roller coaster heavy, and I liked it was like. I don't know, just like it was like Cadbury World but plastered up.
Hershey Chocolate World.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Just so much going on there. You know, Cadbury World, you're sequentially going around a site. If you haven't seen a Cadbury World tour before, I'll put that up in the top corner so you can go and check it out if you want. But Cadbury World is very like you go round in your set loop, whereas this, it was like you could now make your Reese's thing, you could make your chocolate bar, you could go on the ride, which
The ride
was free.
was so cool.
The ride was free,
Yeah, it
by the
was.
way. You know, you could go and get food, all of this. It just seemed like this
What
is
more
a
to
theme
it?
park company that's gone, let's give people what they want here, right? So yeah, really cool. And then I really did enjoy Hershey Park, but we always go to these places for one day and it's never enough.
Yeah. I think if we didn't have the Hershey Park go,
we wouldn't
the
have gone
fast pass,
anything.
we would have really struggled.
Yeah, the queue times were quite high, but it was the first weekend of the
busy.
season, so what can you do? Yeah, and then we went around Gettysburg. We saw things in Philadelphia. The Gettysburg thing was interesting. I don't think we recorded much there. We just took it for ourselves.
I think because it's very like historical. We did a lot of historical things, which were really interesting for us, but probably wouldn't have been that interesting for a vlog. But that's the kind of stuff that I like doing because it gives
It's
you a
real.
bit more culture. Like,
Yeah.
just I know that there's not that much culture in America, so it was what we could get. You know, like that is American history basically. Everything was there.
We did a ghost tour, and like, if you're squeamish, I'm sorry, but they were basically saying that there was so much stuff happening in the Civil War, so many casualties, that like they knocked out the windows of buildings because
So they could just throw limbs out.
literally, so they could
Basically.
throw a limb out of the window.
I love a ghost tour.
Like what?
I
What?
always
That
book
is
a
so
ghost tour,
gross.
don't I? I think that's like some of the most unique history that you
Yeah,
can get.
it wasn't really a ghost tour though. It wasn't a ghost tour.
No,
was it?
what was it? It was like a dark history tour.
blood and guts tour, basically, is what it was. But it was really cool. So if you're in the area, like, go and see Gettysburg because it is the site. Not not the only site, but it's one of the bigger sites of the American Civil War. The Patriots versus the Confederates, or I don't remember everything. But it's such a historical site if you're into your American history. Of course, the majority of what people come to the channel for is our Orlando trips. And this one did not disappoint for me at all. The opening of Epic Universe, the first full-fledged theme park in Orlando in 27 years. I was nervous. Like, we were nervous about the previews, right? And the previews for us, I know a lot of people had issues with previews. There's been a lot of people that have had issues with Epic since its opening. But like, previews went off without a hitch for us. So we were like, wow, really surprised. And then opening day went off without a hitch as well.
We were really surprised. And I also really liked staying at Terra Luna, like that being close by. And we got the bus, didn't we? But we drove as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we've kind of done everything. We've walked, we've driven, and we've got the bus.
Yeah, we walked from Stella Nova in previews. Terra Luna is a bit further. You can walk from it. But
not that they advertise that.
Not that they advertise it. It's a bit further. They don't necessarily recommend it, but the buses are pretty cool. You took the bus to Volcano Bay, didn't you? And it came to Epic, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we went via Epic.
So like,
it took a long time though, that bus.
Yeah, to go to Volcano Bay, because you went around a whole bunch of resorts, didn't you? And then Volcano Bay.
I think maybe like 45 minutes or more.
So just bear that in mind, because you're not at the main Universal Orlando campus. They're internally they're calling them North Campus and South Campus. You're at the South Campus with Epic, Terra, Stella, and Helios, and you've got to go all the way up. I think it's Sand Lake Road or something.
There was definitely a motorway type big road involved when I was on the bus.
Bear in mind, just think where you're going to spend the majority of your vacation will give you an idea as to where you should stay.
But to be honest, it was more worth doing that for me anyway, because otherwise if I'd have driven, we've obviously got the annual pass, the parking would have been free, but I would have still have to have driven from Terra to the parking garage at City Walk and then got the bus. So it would have been a bit of a faff. It would have been the same amount of time, probably.
Exactly. So opening day went off without a hitch. It was great to see the introduction, the fountain show with Steven Spielberg introducing it. Like, I genuinely cried. Like, it was so cool, because Steven Spielberg is Universal. Like, like we all associate him with Universal because of the influence that he had on Universal Studios and E.T. still being there and everything as well. So, hey, it's Steven Spielberg. You're like, damn, this is really cool.
And I think we were very lucky to be able to go to the previews. So it was quite nice for us to not have to be like, oh, we have to get on this ride. We could just like absorb what was happening a bit more.
She says this, but we did go and try and get on every ride on opening day,
but
we didn't. It was. That was
just because it was happening anyway. We were like, oh, shall we?
Yeah, coincidence. We were like, oh, it's so quiet. Should we try and challenge ourselves to do everything? And as you saw in the video, if you've watched it, then we did pretty good. If you haven't watched it, sorry for the spoilers, but do go and watch it because it's pretty cool. And then the next day, I went to Epic on my own. You went to Volcano Bay. We didn't vlog Becky's Volcano Bay day. So you just rested.
That was my point of going.
You were just resting.
I was trying to rest.
But my Epic day, the second day, it was dead again. So I'm like, 4 rides on Monsters, 4 rides on Ministry. When am I ever going to get that opportunity to do that again? Never.
Yeah.
It's a 3-hour wait for Ministry at the moment. Like, mind blowing that I managed to do.
I'm not going to wait for Ministry next time we go.
You don't enjoy Ministry.
No, I've done it. I've tried it a couple of times. That's it. I'm done.
I enjoy it. I think it's overhyped.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's overhyped.
There are some really cool effects, and I have to say, to absorb that is very cool. But for me, it's not worth how sick it makes me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And then we did the 4-park challenge. Never again.
Yeah, I agree. Never again.
We've done it.
And I'm glad we did it. And I'm glad we had rules so that it was like, not just like, oh, pop in, pop out.
Yeah.
But I literally cried at the end of the day. I was so Dead.
Yeah.
I think because I'd had a rest day, supposedly, the day before, but it was just at the end of a long holiday of active stuff going on.
Yeah, I think if we'd have done it at the start, like, let's say prior
Instead
to
of
Philly or
Epic.
something.
Even if we'd have done it before Epic, I think it would have been okay.
Yeah. But it was just a long day. We had delays on a couple of rides as well, which didn't help
Guardians.
things. Guardians
Waiting
was a lot
for Guardians.
longer
Yeah.
it was a lot longer than they said because they just opened up and the lightning lane was backed up. So they're like letting those people through because they paid. So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But I'm there like.
But whilst you're in the queue with dead feet and you want to go to the next place, and it was baking hot as well that day, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
So yeah.
It just finished raining, so like it was humid, really humid. But yeah, we did it. We did it with the rules. We didn't get to the show. We wanted to go and see Phantasmic, and we missed that by like 15 minutes or something.
But we couldn't have done anything more. We literally were rushing like crazy.
That's it. But yeah, what a cool day! Like I'm so glad
cool that we did it.
Got to say.
And also the fact that we went to we don't spend much time in Hollywood Studios generally, and we don't spend much time in Animal Kingdom at all. Very rarely do we go to Animal Kingdom. Although now we've got annual passes, we might a bit more.
Yeah. Previously, we just bought like 1 or 2 day tickets every time we've went. So
and then we've gone for Magic Kingdom and Epcot
because Magic Kingdom's your favorite. Epcot's my favorite.
Yeah.
I know, like. Loads of people say Hollywood Studios is their favourite, but I'm not a massive fan of Hollywood Studios at all. I would probably put it as my least favourite park overall. I put Animal Kingdom above it just because I prefer the vibes of Animal Kingdom. When it comes to Christmas time, I prefer Hollywood Studios because I love the like retro vibes in Hollywood Studios at Christmas. But on a given day, I just don't rate the park, do you? You don't rate it really either.
No.
But yeah, awesome time doing that. See?
He finds you boring.
He does. And then, yeah, Manatees was cool as well on a final day.
That was really cool.
And Celebration, we got to see Celebration that morning as well.
Yeah, we went to the diner.
Yeah, we don't get to go to Celebration that often.
I don't think the diner was what
everyone
raves about it. But Ralph did really like the Wolfgang.
He did, yes.
He did.
Wolfgang Bakery or something it was called. I don't know.
Yeah.
He liked
that a lot.
He liked his
would
pup
recommend.
cup. He liked his pup cup one.
He did.
Little puppuccino.
The
Manatees
could have been so good. It was just really unfortunate. Like the combination of it being really busy on the lake because of the bank holiday.
Yeah.
Was it bank holiday?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And the weather and the fact that they just had rain that stirred up the water and all that stuff. It was unfortunate, but I really loved it anyway. And the fact that we had a bit of a negative Nancy family on the boat. But
she kept taking the mick out of our accent and then repeating everything that we said.
And then she was like, and then the other one was like, this is the worst $400 I've ever spent.
That was her daughter.
Yeah.
That was her daughter. We had another guest with us who was like, that was cool. We saw a manatee. It is what it is. They're wild creatures. Yeah. This other family was like, we're going to take the mick out of your accent the whole time. And this was horrible.
Even the guide was like, can you stop?
Yeah. it was mad. The guide was really nice though, and he was good.
He was James.
James, yes.
Was it James? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. But if you get to, I'll put down in the bottom corner, like the company, if you get to do it, like they were good.
They were really
good company. They tried their best.
Yeah.
You know, and it's luck of the draw.
I
think, with wildlife.
They also were like very clear about the fact that they're not going to crowd the animals just to get us a view, which I appreciated.
Yeah. We're very much about that. And then standard trip home with Virgin from Tampa. That was
the Tampa flight is a much better time for us, isn't it? That's the thing. So the manatee thing, we wouldn't have fit in
if we'd have gone from
Orlando. No, it just wouldn't have happened.
We'd have had to do 2 hours there, 2 hours back. So we did 2 hours up to the manatee thing,
and then it was another hour or
an hour and a half down.
Yeah,
took a little bit longer because of traffic, but that was because there was an accident. But yeah, like the Tampa flight's great. It's like 10 p.m. flight.
But I know that a lot of people, like, particularly like when I go back to work and stuff, people say that it's like really anxiety inducing for them that I do stuff on the last day. Like the fact that they cram in still on that last day, and then it's like, oh, go to the airport and then go home quickly. But to be honest, that really helps me to sleep on the plane on the way back. I think without that, like if we had a chill morning and like a lay-in, I wouldn't sleep at all on the way back, and then I'd feel awful the next day.
Yeah. I do enjoy flying with Virgin. It's just nice and easy. You know what you get in. Virgin is more expensive than
Don't forget my new pillow.
British
Say about
Airways.
my new pillow that I have.
What your new? I don't know the company. I can't remember the company
can't
name.
remember
But
either, but it's
the
like
curly
this.
one. Yeah, it keeps your head
Isn't it?
proper upright.
It's like
It
that.
is nice. It is a nice pillow.
Bit like a neck brace.
Yeah, they're much better. We prefer them to British Airways. We prefer Virgin to British Airways in a lot of cases. It helps that they fly from Tampa. British Airways, I don't think, fly from Tampa, so that doesn't really help us. And they've got like the 5-6 p.m. flights from Orlando, which is just a bit too early for our liking. And we use the Virgin Air Miles as well. Virgin Air Miles system is pants now. You can get some really good deals if you're flexible, if you don't mind when you're flying.
And if you can do it last minute.
Yeah, like you could fly
helps.
probably next week or something for like 7,000 points. Great. If you plan in advance, you're potentially talking 150,000 points per person for a return flight, which is just mad.
But on this occasion, we didn't fly into Orlando at all, did we? Like, the flight to New York, that was a lot less air miles than an Orlando flight would have been. And Tampa was less air miles than an Orlando flight would have been.
So if you're cool with like being flexible about it, where you fly from and to, like you can get a really good deal. Tampa's a cheap one to fly from, like back from at least. I know Miami has some good deals as well, and you could get the Brightline train from Orlando
but
International.
That's quite expensive, the Brightline. So then it adds up overall.
40 quid, I think it is one way,
Is that
which
right?
isn't too bad. So it takes about 2 hours, I think, down to Miami, and then you just get a taxi to the airport. So,
but we like to do that stuff anyway, because that stuff just gives us also something different. Like it's a mixture of like getting your Disney fix, but also going somewhere a bit new.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the playlist. We've rambled on for a little bit longer than I expected on this outro.
Standardly.
But we like to give a bit of a wrap up and let you guys know, what we got up to. If you want to go and check out any of the videos, they will be as part of the playlist. And it was a fantastic playlist. Go and watch some of those Philadelphia ones, because if you are booking a cheap flight like we did with Virgin, you're looking to fly somewhere else, they don't fly into Philly, but it's always cool to try and do a different state. There's so much more to the States than Florida, right? We love Florida. We will continue going back there. We got married there. Like, it is a happy place for us. But we want to tick off all 51 states, right? So
we're getting there slowly.
We're getting there. We got like 6 in or something, 7 in. So yeah, plenty more ahead of us. If you guys have enjoyed the video and the rest of the playlist, do give us a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. It helps us out so much. It'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button and bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. We'll see you on the other side.
Thanks.